Kevin Benedict, EDI and e-invoicing blogger, SAP mentor, and veteran EDI manager. I'm excited to have with me today Rinus Strydom from Hubwoo. He is the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Solutions Strategy, and we're going to talk about some major announcements today. So I want to thank you for joining us.
And Kevin, thank you for having me. So again, my name is Rinus Strydom. I'm a CMO of Hubwoo. My background is I've been in the B2B supply chain space for about the last 15 years with companies like SAP and Commerce One and Ariba prior to joining Hubwoo about 3 years ago. At Hubwoo, my role is to head our marketing, solution strategy, and alliances.
Very good. Now, Hubwoo is spelled H-U-B, like hub, with W-O-O after it. Is that correct?
That's exactly right, and the hub in Hubwoo is what we'll focus on here today.
Very good. And so I imagine the website's hubwoo.com.
Absolutely, yep.
Very good. So what is Hubwoo? And what is Cloud Procurement Services, which is always the subtitle I see with the name Hubwoo?
Sure, yes. So Hubwoo, we do brand ourselves as a cloud procurement company, and what that means is that we focus on the procurement business process. More specifically, it's the source-to-pay business process. And the cloud aspect of that is we run all of our solutions in a cloud basis, meaning that it's multi-tenant. Many customers can go and use our single large instance of solution for a low total cost of ownership. It's all accessed through a web browser, no software to install on the customer side. So it's synonymous with, you probably hear on-demand and software as a service in the industry as well. So it's a company that focuses on procurement business process in a cloud fashion.
Great. Now, this week, the press release came out saying that Crossgate, which is a company that SAP's invested in, and they do basically EDI managed services and global e-invoicing services, and they're also the developer of the SAP Information Interchange by Crossgate as well, and their products are resold by SAP. So I see that you guys, Crossgate and Hubwoo, are now in an alliance together. Can you tell us what that means to the listeners?
That's right. It's a very exciting initiative for us to partner with Crossgate. We're really two companies that have very complementary footprints. As you mentioned, Kevin, Crossgate has been a leader in the B2B integration space and in global invoice management. So what we've done is joined our networks, which means that all of the buyer and supplier integration points that Crossgate had are now part of this joint network. All of Hubwoo's previous 130,000 suppliers that we had on our network are part of this new joint network. So the result is over 200,000 suppliers that can be accessed through a single point of integration for an SAP customer. When I say SAP customer, the reason that's important is because this SAP Information Interchange by Crossgate is an SAP product. So meaning that it's sold by SAP, supported by SAP, and SAP's product management drives the direction of it. So the result is a joint network that is accessed through an SAP product, which we're very excited about.
Now that's a big development to have that many suppliers available through one integration. So tell me in a nutshell, how do SAP users or other users, any company, in fact, benefit? How do they benefit from that alliance now?
Sure. So there's a few different segments of the market who benefit to this. I'll break them into buyers, into accounts payable, personnel, and suppliers. So from a buyer perspective, the large benefit is increasing their spend under management, right? So typically in a do-it-yourself fashion where customers integrate their own suppliers or onboard their own suppliers, you may have a few dozen key suppliers involved. What we find is that our customers typically have 500 to several thousand suppliers as part of their integrated procurement solution, meaning a significantly larger proportion of spend is managed through this preferred supplier network. So they're getting more spend on contract and thus greater savings. That's the buyer side. Now if we move to the accounts payable department, where they benefit, is through significant efficiency gain and through legally compliant invoices.
Okay.
So suppliers in this context can present invoices. A lot of cases they flip purchase order documents directly into invoices. These invoices are digitally signed and they comply with legal standards in about 40 countries around the world.
Okay.
So a very strong value prop for accounts payable. And then, last and definitely not least is the value proposition to the supplier side. So suppliers, by being part of this community, can now list themselves, market themselves, and participate in other value-added activities that help them grow their business. And now that this is SAP's supplier network, those suppliers have the ability to market themselves to the global SAP customer base.
Thank you for sharing that, Rinus. Now, you had also said that companies had the ability to connect to basically 200,000 suppliers through one integration. Can you talk to us a little bit about what that one integration is?
Yeah, absolutely. So the integration point is all that an SAP client needs to do is to install the SAP Information Interchange product. So they license it from SAP, install it, and that then has the inherent integration to this global network. Then the service that Hubwoo will provide is to onboard that customer's specific suppliers that may not be on the network already. So it's a full turnkey offering.
Very powerful. So now I understand that SAP resells Hubwoo's cloud procurement services. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a good nuance that we should explore. So there's two parts to the Hubwoo SAP relationship. To this point, up until last week, Hubwoo has been reselling SAP technology. We're what's called a BPO partner of SAP, meaning that SAP's procurement products, so it's spend performance management, sourcing, CLM, and SRM, Hubwoo is able to resell those in a subscription model or a cloud model.
Okay.
That's one distinct aspect of the relationship. And now, with this supplier network, SAP's global sales force can now resell the supplier network from Hubwoo Crossgate. So that's a new development in the relationship.
I also noted, Rinus, on your website and in this announcement that your software is powered by SAP software. When you say powered by SAP software, is that in fact the SAP Information Interchange that you're referring to?
The powered by SAP software, that's the certification that SAP gives a cloud provider. So all of the procurement applications of SAP that we run in the cloud, we go through yearly audits by SAP, a very stringent set of criteria, everything from how we develop to how we operate, how we manage our customer support is certified, and that's what that powered by SAP means.
Got it.